Chyba nikt nie goni. Przydałby się koń. Jazda konna. Witam wszystkich, ja jestem Krwawy Joe i dzisiaj pogramy sobie w Kingdom Come Deliverance oczywiście. No jak widzicie, sprawy się szybko zmieniły dla naszego bohatera i teraz, tak jak nam nakazano, trzeba koniecznie zdobyć jakiegoś konia i ostrzec kolejne osady przed nadchodzącym niebezpieczeństwem, więc oczywiście zajmiemy się tym. Drobne wskazówki na temat tego, jak się poruszać. Okej. Wytrzymałość konia na zielono. Moja wytrzymałość też się wyczerpuje, kiedy galopujemy, w porządku. Tylko najpierw tego konia musimy sobie dorwać. Tutaj też się dobijają, niestety. Okej. Kurde, chyba ktoś tutaj biegł. W kolano. Dobra, galop, galop. Może nas nie dogonią. Bo wiem, że mnie gonią i będą strzelać. No, strzelają do mnie.
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along the stream.
Fuck, nie przeskoczysz. Dawaj, dawaj, koniku. Dasz radę. Kurde, gonią mnie. Koń już nie ogarnie tak długo jechać. Może odpuszczą zaraz. Dobrze by było, bo mi się koń zmęczy zaraz. Kurwa, gonią mnie dalej. Galop, galop, galop.
Run for it! Go!
Patrz jak blisko. Fuck. Ała, 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 ała. Dawaj, dawaj, dawaj. O nie no, nie pod konia, stary. Jak kurde królik. Bezmyślnie, do nory. Kurde, jeszcze mnie gonią? No nie dam rady przecież. Koń się zaraz zmęczy i koniec. Trochę ich spróbuję wykiwać. Dobra, udało się. Co to za język jest tu? Husyckie wojny są w sumie. Ale udało się na szczęście.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Jaka strzała wielka.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe.
Zapewne.
What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Talmberg. Poziom zdrowia determinuje także maksymalny poziom wytrzymałości, więc zawsze warto się podleczyć. Henryk regularnie regeneruje się za pomocą jedzenia i snu. W nagłych przypadkach można użyć lecznicze eliksiry. Nie najlepiej się czuję. Muszę się zdrzemnąć w miarę możliwości. O. Nie macie tu gdzie się może ten? No dobra.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make money. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Okej, dasz mi jedzenie?
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
Wino, ależ owszem.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Dzięki.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
No o, nie miałem. Nie muszę w stajni spać.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Teraz będziemy jedli pewnie. Lepiej nie ignorować głodu. Im dłużej Henryk nie je, tym staje się słabszy. Jeśli zbyt długo głoduje, może nawet umrzeć. Kurde, trzeba szybko coś zjeść. Biorę wszystko. Bułki, soczewica. Dobra. I 3 bułki. Cyk, cyk, cyk. Jeszcze. Jeszcze głodny. Kaczuszka. Jemy, jemy. Niam, 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 niam. Wszystko, wszystko zabieraj. Do kiermany, do kiermany. Spoko, spoko. Zaraz wszystko się ustabilizuje, mój przyjacielu. Ach. Już nie jest głodny, ale spać się chce, skurwielowi. Dobra, wiecie co? Jeszcze do kieszeni. Cyk. Póki to nie jest kradzież. Poczęstujemy się. Ale jest strasznie zmęczony, więc bierzemy co nasze. Na razie nam styka. I ciśniemy. Gdzie tu można się wyspać, mówicie? Którędy? O, nie zasypiaj. Mapa. Polazłem chyba nie w tą stronę. Idź do chaty na dziedzińcu, prześpij się tam do rana. Może uda mi się zajść z tej mańki. Tu jakieś drzwi są. Nie mogę. Chyba polazłem zupełnie nie tam, gdzie trzeba. Naokoło całego tego. Kurde. Taki zmęczony. Spacerki sobie uskutecznia. Po murze. Trzeba było na mapę od razu zerknąć. Kurde. Ja zaraz będę musiał się wracać, nie? Oj. Ludzie nie lubią, gdy chodzisz tam, gdzie nie powinieneś. Dobrze. Wszedłem na teren prywatny i mnie wygonił. Koleś. Co to? Zaznaczony piekarz. Dobra, muszę się kompletnie wrócić, bo to nie tu. Nie zasypiaj, stary. Oni ci łóżko proponują, a ty się kurde szlajasz. Przy okazji zobaczymy widoki. Dobra, jesteśmy chyba. Gdzie ta chata? Tu jest pewnie, nie? Od razu. Gdzieś polazłem, nie wiadomo gdzie. Kima. Śpimy. Jak długo? Komfort ważny jest 80%. Jak długo mu pytasz? Z 10 godzin. Powinno starczyć.
Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Zawsze.
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you.
Bardzo miło z twojej
Came to
strony.
offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal.
Faktycznie.
I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
No powiem, no. Jak już tak przyszło.
Right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
O, jeszcze mam czas. Okej.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father, who sent me to collect it.
Tam czas upływał, jaki mamy na
Got
wybór.
a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
Udało mi się zbajerować
When
to
I'd done all the
tym
errands, I headed
sposobem.
back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Potajemnie brałem lekcję walki mieczem.
I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Zaatakowała nas ogromna
A horde
horda.
of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Skaliczanie szukali schronienia na zamku.
The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Następny.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her.
Nie będę kłamał, bo może mnie rozkmini. No bo byłem sam i tak, więc nie mogłem jej pomóc.
I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but... Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding, those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
Możesz zostawić szamę.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Do następnego.
My lady. Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Ciężkie czasy nastały dla naszego Henryka. Niestety na szczęście udało mu się przetrwać i zdobyć schronienie. Jak się potoczą dalej jego losy, zobaczymy w następnym odcinku, także zachęcam wszystkich do oceniania i komentowania. Zapraszam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. Dzięki wielkie i do następnego. Na razie.